everyone, it's Kelly. How are you? Welcome to my No Buy Year. Well, hey everyone, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in today. If we haven't met before, I'm Kelly. I'm the Frugal Fun Mum here in Adelaide, Australia. And I welcome you to our video where 2022 I'm doing a no buy year because I have a lot of stuff and I just want to minimize and declutter the things that we do have in the house and just get back down to a bare basics. I'm used to having minimal things in some areas, and just with all the years of all the things I've been involved with, you collect a lot of stuff, and I found that I'm just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And also I thought it would just be a bit of a fun challenge. So we already did the bathroom declutter, and oh boy, I knew we had a lot of stuff, but I didn't know we had a lot of stuff, if that makes any sense. And so yeah, it was good to be able to go through it and see it all. And what I've done is put it in the cupboard and kind of put it in areas, and all the excess stuff I've put in a separate box and I've put at the back of the cupboard. So when I sort of see the cupboard overall, I'm just seeing at the front the products I'm going to use. Otherwise I get a little bit overwhelmed seeing everything and I'm kind of wondering what's what. So today's video we're going to be going through skincare and what I have, and there's a whole mix of stuff. So we're just going to go through bit by bit. I mean, there's a lot. So basically in this box is just a whole lot of the excess stuff that I have, that I found around the house, that I will eventually go through. There's just a whole lot of mixture on there. So what I'll do in a minute is dump it out on the bed like I did last time, and I will sort it all out and then we can see what's there. This container sits in my bathroom cabinet, and again it's very overwhelming to kind of look in the cabinet and see what's there. I know by looking at this what I use and what I don't use. What I really need to do is create a timetable and then put there the nights that I do what skincare routine and what products, just to help me get through them. But I thought that I would run through my morning and my night routine and tell you the products that I use and go through some of these that are here too, and again inventory everything so we know where we're at. So a little bit of background information about me if you don't already know. I was with Avon Australia as a sales leader for 19 years until they sadly closed in 2018. And then I joined with Mary Kay in 2018 because I was in love with a couple of their products that I trialed at a party, and I decided to join to get a discount off my products, and it was awesome. But sadly, again, they closed in 2020. So the majority of my skincare is from Mary Kay because Avon, I'd used everything up before I joined. But I've still got the shampoo and some of the body products from Avon. So a lot of my skincare is from Mary Kay. But then I discovered YouTube and I started discovering people like Hiram, and I think it's James Welsh, and they talk a lot about skincare and the active ingredients in the products. So I've started learning and developing a lot more about things and how they work with the body. Previously in Avon, our manager was a beauty therapist, so she gave us a lot of information about all the active ingredients and how they worked, and Avon did a brilliant job at marketing the products and the information, so we just went with it. It's all we knew back then. And then of course moving into Mary Kay, and there's other research and development and education that goes with that as well. So I've kind of been going through a bit of a learning process over the couple of years, and then I'm starting to sort of move around to products. Of course my skin changes, and yeah, so you move through phases. So we'll go through sort of, yeah, my morning and my evening routine, and I'll talk through the products that I have and sort of why I have them. So my morning routine is pretty simple because I'm confused. There is so much conflicting information out there at the moment, and so yeah, it's kind of like So what do you do? How does this all work? And even some of the beauty therapists that I follow and the skincare advisors on YouTube, they contradict the information that they give. And so I'm kind of there like, I don't know what's what. I'm home a lot at the moment, and so my skincare routine is pretty simple. So in the morning, I'm just tending to wash my face with water, because more of the advice I'm hearing is that you don't really want to cleanse your skin, because you want to keep all the active ingredients and the products that you had on it from the night before there. So just washing it with some water and then going in with a treatment and day care and sunscreen. So I have here a couple of products. The Ordinary Niacinamide 2%. This is about $9.90 in Australia for 30 mils. And you can buy this just about anywhere. Priceline, Maya even sell it, quite a few other places. And actually I tried this for the very first time last year, because it was free with like a birthday reward thing I had from Maya's. Joined the Maya 1 program. And yeah, I thought, why not give it a go, because for a price point, this is absolutely amazing for an active product of niacinamide. And I just use it on my skin as a zinc 1% as well. And I find that it just tends to help brighten my skin up a little bit. And I find that it's helping to get rid of any darker spots from the pigmentation of the pimples and the redness, because I'm a bit of a skin picker. And you're not meant to use this on unbroken skin, but if you have a little bit of a nick somewhere, you'll feel it. So it can be a little bit stingy if you have a little bit of a pimple that you've played with. So I put this on in the morning, and then I'll follow it up with a day cream, and I have a couple that I've got going at the moment. So the first one is just the Mary Kay Timewise Day Cream, and this I believe has an active SPF factor in it. So I will use this because I did have Mary Kay the sunscreen Timewise, because back in the day you used to get the day and the night cream. They were in little glass bottles like this, but this being a sunscreen is now expired, but I've just brought it out to show you guys because it's cleaning out the cupboard. So this will go, and I need to find a new sunscreen. I don't wear a sunscreen as much as I should but I sometimes wear makeup during the day if I'm going out, so it helps protect my skin as well. The other thing I have going at the moment is this Nivea Essentials Urban Skin Defense Day Cream SPF 15, and I actually bought it for Kira to use. It's green, it's beautiful green. There we go. But she doesn't like the formula of it. I don't know why. I find that using this one, my skin feels a little bit shiny and oily, if that makes sense. So I'm in a hurry to go through and use this. It used to be great when I started, but I'm just finding that as my skin gets a little bit older, yeah, it's just having a little bit of a residue around at the moment. I also then got Kira this Nivea Mattifying Day Cream. It also has an SPF in it, and she's loving it. This is nearly empty, so I'll probably look at replacing this. Again, she has a bit of an issue with some of the textures, and a lot of the skincare needs to have no smell and no fragrance to it. So we've had to go through a few different products to find what works for her. So she's loving and enjoying this at the moment, and then when I think this runs out, well, actually sooner rather than later, I'll need to start looking for something to replace it. So my evening routine is a whole thing, and I absolutely love it. I love it more to wash my face in the shower because it's easier, but I do a lot of it at the sink. Because I teach Zumba 2 nights a week, I will cleanse my face in the shower and then the other nights at the sink. But then on a Saturday night is when I'll do more of an exfoliation, so I'll go through my whole system with you. So I actually have 3 cleansers that I use, and I'll go through each one and explain what's what. I have all those cleansers too because products get moved around, as I said, in the cupboard, and we just tend to grab what's what. So the first one I have is the Mary Kay Botanical Effects Cleansing Gel. This has properties of dragon fruit and aloe vera, and I love that it's a gel. My skin seems to love it. I think that I have combination skin. I don't know, it kind of just depends what day and week it is. I thought I had dry skin because when I used to get facials, she would say to me, oh, your skin's really dry, sort of like here and here. But the more that I chat to other people, they're like, I have the same thing. But I have an oily T-zone. I tend to break out a lot here. So I just overall say I have a combination skin. It's just easier. I don't seem to have as much sensitivity to products anymore, so that's really good. So I find that using a gel cleanser, my face feels fresh and clean. That's all I can say about it. I have next the Mary Kay Timewise 4-in-1 cleanser. This is the normal to dry, unfortunately. It's a cream. I do have a gel one in the combination to oily. So I've got here the Timewise cleanser, the combination to oily. I'm saving this one. I'm just trying to get through this one first, and then I'm saving this one. And while I have other products to use, I'm kind of using this one and then using those products to get through everything. This is still a great product, absolutely. I just find that my skin feels a little bit tighter at the end. And so on the nights that I have makeup to remove, I will use more of the cream cleanser because I just find it helps to remove my makeup products a little bit better. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm nearly finished this one, and also I cut the container out to get the last of the bits out. I find with the cream cleanser, I don't need to cut it open at all because it literally all just comes out. I always do cut it open to have a look, but there's no excess in there. Once I've literally squeezed the rest out, it's done. The last one I have is from Mary Kay again. It's a clear proof, and it has some it has that acne product in it. Salicylic acid. I could say it before I started recording this video because I was going through my notes. And I just find it is so good for helping to just clean the face. The only problem is it's very drying for me, but I will use it. Not all the time, but I use it occasionally. I will sort of wash the T-zone areas where I'm starting to break out, but I find that I get really dry here. I try not to put any product here, but I find that, yeah, I get really dry around here once I've used this. So it's sort of where I put an extra bit of moisturizing there and will clean the rest of the skin. Next, we're moving on to still in the cleansing area. On a Saturday night, because I would have taught Zumba all week, I use the Mary Kay Timewise Microdermabrasion. I love this stuff. It is one of the products that made me fall in love with the company. I absolutely used to get Microdermabrasion. I'm gonna see if you can see it here. And it just rubs on, but it's got like some little particles in there, and my skin just feels so clean, and I feel like I have taken all those dead skin cells out. Because I sweat so much in Zumba, I always feel like my skin isn't clean by the end of the week. So going in with the Microdermabrasion really just helps sort of get that surface gunk and grime off. This actually came as a two-step process. So you have the Microdermabrasion and then you have the replenish. And so then this one, whoops. And so that cream just goes, and it's pretty lightweight. And so this goes on after this once you get out of the shower. Sometimes when I get out of the shower, if I've taken too long to get to my skincare, trying to get dressed, especially on a winter's night, I will spray. I have this Sukin original mist toner, and I just find it helps to wet my face a little bit, and then it sort of makes my products go in a little bit better. Sometimes I will just go in with a serum, and then I will spray this to put my night cream in just to kind of help moisturize a little bit. This is about $6.50 when it goes on special at Coles. I still have about half a bottle left. I don't always use it, but I'm really enjoying this. I do have a couple of others. There's like a Olay revitalizing mist spray. I couldn't find it in the cupboard. I'm sure it's probably pushed away in a box somewhere, so I will still count that, but I haven't actually opened and used it yet because I'm still working through this. So I have that to go. The next thing I will use sometimes is a toner, and again it depends what night of the week it is and sort of where I'm at with my cycle. Women, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, again, if I've been wearing makeup that day or not. So if it's just a general, like a Saturday where I've washed my skin and microdermabrasion and then treatment and then night cream and bed. Other nights, if I'm just washing my face because I've had makeup on, I will use some toners after I've cleansed. I just find that it helps pick up anything that I've missed, and it just kind of helps, like, just makes me feel complete in my routine. I know that years and years ago, toner was a big thing. It was like cleanse your skin and tone and moisturize. And, you know, I'm not here to say this is how it works. And again, I get conflicting information on the internet, so I'm just kind of like, it makes my skin feel good. I don't break out or react to it. I'm gonna use it. So the first one we have is the Mary Kay Botanical Effects. Not sure if you can see that. It's just a spray. You just spray it onto a cotton pad and then wipe it all over. And again, I'll then look at it and see that I've got makeup residue on there. I just help it makes me feel like I've cleansed my face. The other one is I have the Botanical Effects. I'm sure this is the older one, this is the newer one. And again, I put it on a cotton pad and clean my face. Again, they're both open because this one ended up being pushed to the back of the cupboard, and I got this because I was trying to use this in conjunction with the cleanser just to make sure it was a whole family. The last toner that I have, again, is from the Clear Proof, and it has the salicylic acid. Oh, I think I said that right. 2%, and it just helps when I'm really about to start breaking out in some areas. I'll kind of put it over those spots, and it just kind of helps settle it down. I don't know what to say. It's like magic in a bottle. The other thing that I will use if I'm starting to break out, because I'm a bit of a skin picker, is the Overnight Success Pimple Patches. These are like $6 from Kmart. Do yourself a favor and get some. So many in a packet for $6. I think they're absolutely amazing. And you just tear it open. And then you have a whole sheet. So you have bigger ones and smaller ones. Hope you can, oh, there you go, that's better. And so we tend to go through these pretty quick in the house. I find that they help a lot to, yeah, just keep the area clean and closed. Also, if I go to feel it and feel like I'll stop, I won't pick at it. And it just helps also to rejuvenate the skin. So when I wake up in the morning, the area is kind of soft and the moisture is kept inside of it. I don't wake up to like a hard, dry, crusty spot. Like, as pickers, that's what we have. I forgot to mention this Mary Kay Timewise Renewing Moisturizer Softener. This stuff, this is liquid in a bottle. I just find I put some in a cotton pad again and wipe it over after I've cleansed my face, and oh, my skin just feels so soft. Again, if I look at it, I've got any makeup residue on there. Sometimes I'll do another pass with a clean pad, but oh, my skin just feels amazing. I actually forgot that I had some backup of this because again, they were in their original box, pushed to the back of the cupboard. So once I go through those other couple of toners that I have, I will definitely be going back to this because I found using this in conjunction with other products, it really was loving my skin and my skin was loving it. Next is treatments, and again, I have a bit of a range. It's hard to hold all of them because they're so little, and I'll go through each one of what we have here. So the first one we have is the Tone Correcting Serum from Mary Kay in the Timewise range, and it comes out to be a little bit of a thicker serum. And again, I just find that putting this in my skin, it feels a lot lighter and brighter the next day. And so I really enjoy, it just rubs in really easily. I just really enjoy having this here. I tend not to layer a whole lot of treatments and products because, to be honest, I get really confused about what's a water-based thing and what's a serum-based thing. So basically, once I kind of go through everything that I have, then that's when I thought that I'd start going through and educating myself on some of the products and the processes and how it works. I sat down to watch a couple of videos and I'm completely overwhelmed. Also, a lot of the products that they talk about, they're the higher end cost of stuff. I'm just not going there right now, so I stick to sort of like the ordinary price range. So that's kind of the family that I would want to stick with. Next up, we have from the Body Shop this Drops of Youth, and this was given to me. I actually had two. This was given to me as a little sample pack. It's 7 mils. Can I just say, this is like a miracle in a bottle. It is amazing. And a little bit goes a long way. So what I tend to do to make sure that I get as much out as I can, I squeeze the stopper and then I put it in and then let go so it sucks up as much product in there as I can. And then I'll tend to drop this on my face and then rub it in. This I opened, I think at the start of December, because I'm only using it about once, sometimes twice a week. It's really lasting, and I find that it's not sticky and it's just really absorbing into my skin. So once this runs out, I'll definitely probably put this on my wish list to look at. I know it's a little bit on the pricier side. I'm sorry, I don't know what the price is compared to the ordinary, but yeah, I'm just really loving it as a product. So I'm so glad that I got given this as a sample. It's something that I'll probably put on the checkout list for the future. The next thing I have is a Mary Kay Volume Firm. This is just a sample size as well. It did come in a bigger bottle, but it was released right as the company was closing, and they sent me a couple of these for a trial. I'm just gonna do a little bit because I don't want to waste any. It is a gorgeous thicker white cream, and again it rubs in pretty quickly, and I just focus on my forehead, on the side, and then here where I have wrinkles, and I want to just help plump up my skin. I find that being a thicker sort of serum, it does do its job, but yeah, I'm just using it to kind of use it up. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. I really enjoyed it. I wish I did get the bigger bottle, absolutely. So once I use this up, maybe I'll look at something else in the future. The last thing I have is Mary Kay Vitamin C. So this is a square, and it's about, yeah, this size, actual size. And it is a clear, like vellum type material, and you just put it in your hand and put a couple of drops of water and then mix it around and then pump in your favorite serum. I have here the Mary Kay Timewise Vitamin C Serum. I love this stuff. I literally have just finished the bigger bottle that I have, and I love that on the side of it, it used to have a see-through window so you could see as you were using the products. It's coming up in my empties video, so I'll show that to you then. And then this is the sample that came with a pack that I bought at one time. There were 12 of these in the pack, and I have about 18 of these left because I bought quite a few packets when the company was closing. I find that this really helps brighten and rejuvenate my skin, so I'm super excited to use this. I'll be sad when it runs out. However, I have in my little kit the ordinary vitamin C 23%. I have literally just picked this up again as a freebie from Myers. It was like a reward program, so I thought I'm gonna go in and use it because everyone's raving on about it, because I really feel like I need a vitamin C in my skincare routine. So I cannot wait to dive into this. I'm gonna wait till I finish all of that and then use this. Again, it's in a non-see-through container because it helps protect the active ingredients that are in there. And of course we have the ordinary niacinamide that's here. I have another bottle, so I've only got about that much left. Again, I find it takes a couple of months to go through it, so I'm super happy with that. And again, for the price point, it's awesome. So I do have a backup one here ready to go, which I will go. All of my treatments I kind of cycle through. They get used 1 to 2 times a week, depending on what I'm loving more or what I'm reaching for that week. And again, it's just because everything is in a bit of a container overwhelmed. I'm planning on just taking out the single things that I have and putting them into a container. So as I said, pull the basket out, use what's there and put it back, and making a little bit of a card to sort of know what nights and what treatments I'm going to do, which is going to be funny because hopefully I use up a whole lot of stuff. So I'll be forever having to update that. The next thing I have is eye cream, and again, these are just both from Mary Kay. This bottle is so funny. It's so deceptive. I keep trying to look at it to see how much is left, because every time I pump it out, sometimes there's a bit of an airlock in there and not much comes out. So I'll do a second pump of it and then the next bit comes out. So I just use the most, tiniest amount ever, and then put it between your two fingers and then put it under your eyes. I used this one a lot, the Timewise eye cream, because it came with the cleanser and the day and the night cream as a set. And then I found this in the back of the cupboard, and I know that there's hardly any left. Well, maybe. So I'm going through this one first, and then I will crack this one open and then go through it. I don't know what the whole thing is about eye creams, whether they're good or not. Some people say they're great. Other people are like, eh. So, you know what? I have the products. I'm going to use them. The second to last in the routine is night cream that I have. This is the one we used to have a lot of, the Mary Kay Age Defying Moisturizer. Kira absolutely loves this one, so I pretty much gave it to her to be able to use because sensory wise she's really enjoying it. The one that I enjoy is the Age Minimizing 3D Night Cream. It's a thicker cream, and I find that it just helps lock the moisture into my skin. So when I put this on, I'm like, I'm fighting the aging process. The absolutely last thing that I do in my nighttime routine is a mask, and I am super excited, so I will go through the two products that I have. The first one is the Moisturizing Renewing Gel Mask, again from Mary Kay Timewise program. You can use this as a treatment mask or an overnight mask, so you can put this on and then 10 minutes later take it off. But I've been using this over the top of my night cream and then sleeping in it, just sort of making sure it does dry a little bit before I go to bed. And I'm just finding, again, my skin is a lot plumper and a lot moisturizer and feeling a lot better in the morning. The other product that I have at the moment, because I was given this as a trial product I am forever grateful for, is the Dr. Lewins Ultra 4 Collagen Sleep Mask. And I cannot believe it. After one night, my skin felt like I had been to a beauty therapist and got a full-on treatment. My skin was so plump and radiant the next morning. It's amazing. And it's not to say that I don't have a skincare routine, because I have been actively using all of those products for like 8 weeks now. I used to go through pivots and waves and just wash my face and then put on the day cream and put on the night cream. But I have been really concentrating on sort of pampering myself and making sure I'm doing a really good skincare routine. So when this product came in, it was like liquid gold, and it is just amazing. I've given my feedback to the company about how brilliant it is, and this is definitely going on the want list for when it runs out. It's a 2-part serum, and so when you pump it here, got the 2 holes. You see it comes out as the 2 that are there, and then you mix it together and then you put it on your face. You're meant to place it on your fingers and do that. I put all of my creams and products on the back of my hands, and then that way, if I haven't scooped it all up, I rub my 2 hands together and then I get product on the back of my hands. And I've been doing that for years and years and years, and I absolutely love it. And I seriously think that my hands, they look pretty good for my age. I've always been told you can tell the age of a woman by the back of her hands. Well, I look pretty good for 21, do I not? So I'm super happy with this product. As I said, absolutely loving it. I do think it's on a little bit of the pricier side. I haven't actually done a lot of research into it. I don't want to know. But when it comes time to replacing it, I absolutely will look it up and consider what's there. I do though have 2 of these that I really need to get through, and this takes me ages to get through, so maybe I won't see this pop up in my no buy year until I get through this. The last thing I just wanted to quickly touch base on is masks, and I have a lot because at one point I was like, I'm going to try masks. Everyone seems to be doing them, and I'm finding that they're just time and effort and it is quicker and easier for me to do my treatments and do the vitamin C, and I'm getting that kind of nutrients into my skin. So most of these were like 50 cents or $1 from like Kmart, Big W, or other places around. So I just grabbed a whole heap, and the thing is that there is quite a variety of stuff. There's like a clay mask, there's vitamin C, green tea, white tea, all this different stuff. So I'm going to put these into my routine to be once a week. Once I finish the vitamin C squares, and then I'll probably do this on a Sunday night to make sure that this is just a little bit of treat for my skin, and I'll wait to see how I react. I'm a little bit hesitant about mud masks, to be honest, because I also have this one from Mary Kay that's a clear proof clay mask. I just find that it dries out my skin a lot. While I understand that it came out to say it helps draw out the impurities, and it's quite funny, when you put it on it's quite dark, and when it dries it goes like a grey colour, and if you have any pimples you'll see wider sort of spots in the area, and it absolutely does help clear the skin for sure. But I just found that my skin, you could just feel it drying out, and so I just found for me it's just not really worth a product. So I will probably throw this out, to be completely honest with you, because again it's just kind of got pushed to the back of the cupboard, and I know that I'm pretty much never going to use it, and I have opened it, and I don't want to give it to someone if I'm worried about contaminants or anything like that. So, and yeah, and then again I will go through these, and then the moisturizing that I've already talked about here as well. The last thing, super quickly, sorry, I do have a lip balm from Mary Kay, Satin Lips. This is a sheer butter base. I love it. It really helps lock in the formula. It also comes with like a little scrub, so you scrub your lips, then wipe it off, and then put this on, and beautiful kissable lips. And then I have for my evening routine as well at the moment Satin Body Sheer Butter. This just sits on my bedside table, and I use this at night time. I say I'm polishing up my elbows just to help with the dry skin. I will sometimes use it on my arms, and then sometimes at my legs. I have squeezable body lotion tubes as well. I know this isn't directly a face skincare, but it is part of my nighttime routine. Well, there you go guys, that is everything in my skincare routine. We have a lot of stuff. I have a lot more than I expected, but I am excited to be able to go through nobuy 2022 and use everything up that I do have. And as I said, my skin's loving a lot of the products, so I'm super happy with that. I don't have the time or really the skin need to go and see a beauty therapist anymore, and I also found that a lot of the products they were using were reacting with my skin or with the products then that I had at home. So I'm just sticking with what I have here now, and my skin's absolutely loving it. I really feel that my skin is quite healthy and glowy at the moment. I've got the breakouts quite down to a minimum with the products that I use and the routines that I have, so I'm super happy. Thank you so much for sticking with me with this video today. I know it was a little bit of a lengthy one, but I just wanted to go through everything that I have here. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment below and let me know if you have a skincare routine, what you do. Did you used to have one, or are you looking forward to having one in the future? As I said, I'm looking forward to using all of these products and then going a little bit more mainstream with what I have and just simplifying things. But while I have a whole lot of stuff here, I'm gonna love and use them all up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you as part of our Frugal Fun family, and don't forget you can also join our Facebook group. The link is in the bio below. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!